Okay, the video is being recorded. So let me see. We need to have a program and the semester. So there must be my program form somewhere else. So program, yeah, here is program. So for program, you need a program name and a description. So let me just write down the name. Just let me rename all these controls because renaming a control is important. So let me go to this property and let me name this to txt program. And let me name this to description. So let me just pin this up. Let me name it to txt description. And let me name it to btn add update and delete. So btn add btn update btn delete btn close bgv program details. And now let me just make some changes here. So alternating rows default select, I want to have a different alternative color. So let us choose any color. Auto size column node has to be field. So let me choose this field. And selection mode has to be a full row select. So selection mode should be full row select. So let me have this full row select, and I'll just make multi select to off. I do not want the multiple rows to be selected, so I will make it multi-select to off. Okay, so this is all done. Now before I get into this one, I do not have a table for managing this program, so I need to create a table and then corresponding start procedure for this program form, and then I'll link it up and then write my logic in a way that I am able to make an insert, update and delete operation on this program. So let me start my SQL Server first. I also can do that in the Visual Studio environment, but I feel more comfortable with the SQL Server environment. So let me go to the database. Let me right click on the database of the ISMT. Let me create a new query and let me create a table first. So create table. I think that's a program table. So let me name it program table. Let me use it. Let me have a program table, and this has to be program ID 1,1, and this is the primary key. And then you have a program description. Let us say this is simply description. Varchar max. Okay, I also need a program name. Sorry, I just need a program name. That is the missing part. So I just need a program name, and that is the Varchar 300 will be enough. Let me remove the comma from this point, and let me select this all. Let me execute this query, and a table is created. So if you can look into your database, and if you expand the tables, then you can see there is a program table already created for you. So let us now create a start procedure. So for creating the start procedure, you already have an idea of how to create a start procedure. I'm going to create a start procedure that can perform insert, update, and all delete operation. So I'm going to create a start procedure in a way that you can perform the insert, update, and all delete operation in a single shot. So I just create procedure sp_manage programs, and I just want to have edge begin and end operation. And here I want to have iterate program ID integer, program name, and that's the varchar of 300, at the rate description, that's the varchar max. This will take a maximum character, and also I need one more variable called mode, integer type. And now it's begin. I just can make if mode equals to 1. I'll make an insert operation. So insert into program table. And I just can have a program name and description. And the values are again the program name and the description. So these are just for program. And also if mode equals to 2, then I just want to perform an update operation. So update program table, set program name equals to program name, description equals to description, where program ID should be equal. Let me just put that into the next line. Program ID should be equal to program ID, and again if mode equals to 3, then I want to perform a delete operation. So delete from program table where program ID equals to program ID. All done, everyone, all done. So let me just execute this start procedure and then let me check whether this is okay. There's an error, invalid column name mode. So I think there's a error somewhere. Yeah, so I missed here at the rate. Let me just check. Yeah, so it succeeded, completed successfully. So let me see whether the start procedure created or not. You can check it by going to the programmability and the start procedure section, and you can see there is a manage program section in your start procedure section. Divya, are you clear with this stuff now? Do you get it? So I think this is all related to the start procedure. Divya, can you confirm me whether you understand this or not? The start procedure which we discussed all right just now. Can you please give me a very quick information? Okay, so practice again and then you will come to know about this, okay? Just make a practice and then you will have a very good understanding of the stored procedure. And even then if you have a problem, then again we have a next session when covering the stored procedure and everything. We'll be doing it multiple times. Many times we'll be following the stored procedure. So let us get again with the, let's say again get started with the Visual Studio Form, and now we want to link that stored procedure to this form, but I will not directly link my database to this form because that's not actually a very good idea. Rather than that, I'll be just using a class, and under that class I'll be creating a program class that will be able to perform some insert, update and delete operation, and also make a selection procedure, and then I'll be just populating that all the value onto this grid view and able to make insert, update and delete operation on each and every button clicks, corresponding button clicks. So let me just create a class and let me name it as a program class. So program class is created. So let me just make it a zoom to 150% so this becomes visible to everyone. Okay, so let us now we'll repeat again similar process. You need to have a two namespaces using system.data. Using system.data.sql client, and you need to have a namespace here. So let's say public. Okay. So you need to have a SQL connection first before you start. So already I have made a SQL connection. That's a connection class with connection string. So it's done. Now let me create a function public bool manage programs, and I'll pass all this parameter, program ID, program name, description and mode. So these are the parameters I need, and I will just create one variable bool arrays equals to false, and I'll just return this arrays, and in between these two I'll just write a try catch statement, try catch exception ex, and to make things more easier I'll just using system.windows.font so that I can use message box.show here instead of throw. I'll just be using message box.show. So that will come into a dialog box. The error will come into a dialog box. Otherwise, you will be getting the error directly thrown into the program. That's it. So let me go over here and let me write a. So let me write a SQL command, and that is your, let's say, the name of a stored procedure. Let me see what is it. I think sp underscore manage program should be the name of the stored procedure. So let's see what is the name of the stored procedure. So let me see what is one. Let me go to stored procedure, and this is synchronized actually. Once you do, it's sp underscore manage program. So let me just have this name sp underscore manage programs and comma con. Once this is done, then now we'll just specify the command type. This is very common for all your phones. and I will pass the parameters. At the rate, let's say we need to have a program name ID, actually program ID. So we need a program name. We need a description. And once we are done with all this stuff, also we need to pass a mode, because we have defined a mode in our. I just made a mistake here. Program name should not be duplicated, so that has to be avoided. The program ID, program name, description, and the mode. And once we have done this, let's open the connection and execute this query. That is the result of cmd.execute on query. And once this is done, let me close the application. And let me now see if result is greater than 0, then what I will do, I'll just set rs equals to true, else I will just set rs equals to false. So what does this mean? This will return the number of row affected, and that is stored inside this result variable. And if this result number of row affected is greater than 0, then this function is supposed to return true, otherwise this is supposed to return false, because we are returning this rs. So if it is if you are able to make a successful transaction, then it is true, otherwise it is false. So now let me create another function to get all the program. Public data table get all. Let me have a defined this data table, data table, and return this digit. And in between, let me write a try catch statement. Instead of throw, I just want dot message box dot show ex dot message. And here I can now also you need a finally connection. Okay, here I just missed one thing. I also need finally connection has to be closed if the connection is open. Okay, that's done. Here also I just need to close the connection, and the new connection has to close. Okay, so we are closing the connection. So there is an issue here. So this should be not here, this should be here. Here I will just retrieve all this program. Okay, so let us say SQL command cmd equals to new SQL command, and we want to retrieve all those programs from your program table. To select is the query to do that work. To select start from program table and nothing more than that. So let's pass the connection string here, and now I will open the connection and will execute this query. So SQL data reader gt equals to cmd.execute. The reader is the one that will execute the select statement, and we need to load it to the DR. And let me close the connection. So I just made a small mistake here, everyone. This is not SQL data adapter, this is SQL data reader. SQL data reader. This is to do one by line. So once this is done, we are done with the backend process. Now let us go to the front end and let us try to link up this with your program form. Let me see where is my program form. Okay, it's here. So now let me go to the view code section and let me bind it to the grid view first. So under this initialize component, I'll be binding the data source should be equal to now. Okay, before that, let me create the object of program class. PC. Okay, so I'm getting your error because this program class by default. Okay, let me just that is it. This has to come here. Okay, let me change the name of this class. Let me just have program name colon. Okay, yeah, because okay, it's okay. I'm not getting it because I had to call data access layer dot program class is equals to new data access layer dot program class because that's inside a folder. That's why you need to have this one. And now this will be now PC dot get all programs. So we are getting all the programs right now. So since we have no program, nothing will happen now. But under button click, what we want to do, you want to make a sort operation. So let us do this try catch exception ex and let me catch 0. So done. And let us have this program added to our system. So let us say uh, bool rs equals to pc dot manage programs and we pass the parameters of program id at passing 0 txt program dot text and txt description dot text txt description dot text and the mode is 1 for making the install operation. So we are done with making an execution of install operation. Now if rs double equals to true, if it returns a true value, that means we have been able to we have been able to create a program. You can call this one. We want to load that to the data grid view. So let me just load it to the data grid view and we can display the message box program successfully added. Otherwise we are going to display the error. Else what we can say is error in performing record operation. We are done and now we can run and check whether we are doing it right or not. So let us go to admin login and now let us go to program. Let's check program name is vtech HMG in computing. So this is higher national diploma in computing. Let's add and you can see program is added here. Perfectly added. Okay, so we have been able to add and once you add we want to clear the screen. So you know how to clear the screen. So just want to you can just these are two lines so you can write it here. So once that is successful then I just can make txt program dot clear program dot and we want to focus on the program. So txt program dot so we clear the screen. Once this is we are able to insert the program. Let us add some more program here. Let's add some more programs. So let us say we want to have we take HMD business. Business program. That let's again hospitality click add. We added here all this program, and now once we click on this, we want to that to be populated here, and we want to make update and delete operation. So we have already done this work, and you can do the work very nicely. So let us see now. First of all, you need to create one global variable. The public when it is integer, it's okay. Integer program ID equals to 0 for now. So I want to read this program ID and store that in a variable. So let me go to this property, let me go to the event, and let me click on the shell quick event, and then I can just add program ID equals to integer pass bgv the selected rows 0 cells, and that is the program ID. I just want to read a program ID cells dot value, that is string, because this is only the string that I can read, and this is for reading the ID. Let me copy this nuts. So similarly, I need to read the program name. Text program text should be equal to, let me copy this one, and this will be program name. That value to string. Okay, that's okay. Let me put a semicolon here. Let me copy this line of code, and now let me go for description. Let's go for description. So I can just txt description dot text should be equal to now control B, and now this is description. So let me just check whether I am able to do it properly or not. So let me run and check. So let me go to the program section. Let me click on anyone, and we are able to get it here. Now we just want to have update and delete operation to be executed. So it's very easy for update and delete, because once we are done for insert, update and delete are very easy. Simply I'll copy this code here and I'll paste it here, and only two things will change. One is this ID, which is a program ID for update operation, and other is a mode. Means mode 2 means it's the update operation. Successfully updated. I can update the message accordingly. Similarly for delete also, let me copy this code and let me just write it for delete operation. Let me go to designer, let me click on delete, and let me just paste this code, and instead of this 2 there will be mode 3. So now this will be deleted. So let me have this deleted. So all done. So let me run and check. So let us have admin, and that's it. Let us go to program section. Let us choose anyone, and then we get it here. So let's say this is hospitality program focused on hospitality industry. So this is what I want here, and let me just put it. Let me make an update operation, and you got it updated. You can see focused on this has come to and if I want to delete, I can delete, and that's it. So we were able to make an insert operation, delete operation, and update operation onto this program one. Similarly, we want to repeat it for the semester. So semester, okay, here is nothing. So we just want to value to we want some value to be okay. We just want now. This is very tricky, everyone. Now, whatever the program that I have added here, that should be populated over to this combo box. So how will you how will you be able to do that? So let's see now. So that will depend upon how you create a table. So now creating a table for semester is somewhat tricky. For example, this program and semester are absolutely linked to one another. Let us say when a program name is a unique value, so I hope no issues should be there. So let us try to see how we can even get the value populated on this program. So for semester, we need to design our table in a way that contains the program that is already stored in this program. Let me have add one more program to get assembly. Let's click add. All done. Now let us see. Now let us write it for semester. So for semester, let's create another table. So let me just create table, semester table, and you have a semester ID. We have a program also here. So program could be either, this would be either program name. This would be something like what you want is you want to make sure that this is linked to your previous form. So since you'll be learning more in detail, so let me make it a program name for now. I don't want to take more headache. So you'll learn about the more relationship in a database management system. And now let's say what we have program name, and let me see what we have here for the semester. Program and the semester name, that's it. So let me just have a program name and semester. Program name and semester name. Okay, that is semester. So that is enough. So this is for the semester. So let me execute this code and let me create a stored procedure for this as well. So create procedure sp underscore manage semester as begin end, and here you will go and write @ semester ID, program name varchar 100, semester varchar 100, semester table. Pretty straightforward. So we will be having a program name and semester @ program name and semester. So all done with insert operation. Let me go for update. Update semester table. Set program name equals to @ program name. Semester equals to @ semester, where semester ID should be equal to @ semester ID. So we are all done with the update operation as well. Now let's go finally for delete operation. If node equals to 3, then we'll perform delete operation. So delete semester table, set, okay, delete from semester table, sorry, delete from semester table, where semester ID equals to @ semester ID. We are done. Let us execute, and we are done with the stored procedure and the table. So let's link it to the form now again. So first of all, I want the program to be displayed here, and let's see how you can do that. We already have a program where we already have selected all those programs. So let me go to the view code section, but before that let me change the name. This should be now CMB program. Let me make this CMB program, and let me make this as a TXT semester. Let us make this as add, update and delete, btn add, btn update, btn delete, btn close. All done. This is the semester, and let me choose the alternating rows before I also start any color. Let me choose this one, and let me choose the auto size column of the field. And again, what I can do here is, let's say, selection mode to full row select and multi select equals to false. So this is what I want for this data grid view. So once this is done, let me go to the code section, and now let me bind the program to this combo box. So let us see how we can do that. Is we can go to this initialize component section, below of the initialize component section. So you can go right over to the below initialize component section, where you can do cmb program.data source should be equal to okay, before that we also need to create the object of program class. So I can just make data access layer dot program class pc equals to new data access layer dot program class. You need to create object of the program class because you are retrieving the object program from the program class. So I just can make pc dot get all programs, but the problem, get all programs will get all the information from the program table. For example, this may get a program ID, program name, and a description, but combo box can hold only one value. Now, what is the value that you want to hold is to be specified. So you can just say cmb program dot display member. So display member means what value you want to display. So I want to display program name. It has one more value. It has one more property, that is value member. So value member is basically used once you display, if you want to display something, but the value you want to set something. But for now, I just want to have value name also same and the program name also same. And initially, I don't want anything to be selected, so I just can make selected index equals to -1. So this means nothing has to be selected in the beginning. And now everything will be bound to the combo box. And what will be shown? Program name will be shown. Value member will be a program name, and all those. Okay, let us run this and check. Let us go to the semester 1, and you can now see your programs are now populated onto a combo box. All done, everyone. So you have been able to populate. So how we have done it, we just wrote a combo box program that are associated with get all program, but get all programs will get all those unnecessary information like program ID and the description as well. But we are interested only in the program name. That's why you have just made cmb program.display member equals to program name, and cmb program.value member equals to program name. So value means the program name will be displayed and the same values will be set into the database. So that's why we have mentioned display member and the value member. So now let us create a semester class, and then let us write the same logic that we have written for the other classes. So let us right click and add a semester class, and we'll repeat the similar process again. Let us make it 150% June. Let us again call the two namespaces using system.data, using system.data. And again, let's make a connection. You can see we are making so many connections in so many places. So if you do not make this connection generalized, then we will have to change in so many places. For doing this, we have to change it only in the app.config file, and we are done. Public integer manage semester. Program name. So these are the fields that we need. I'm doing it quick because everywhere this is same. Actually make it full. Here I can just make it full rs equals to false. Return rs, and in between I'll just use the try catch to avoid some errors. And again I will add one name in a special, so that I can display the error in the home message box. So let us throw exception ex, and then ex message. And also you need to have finally the connection has to close finally. And let us go to the try catch section, and let us run this command. We'll execute our start procedure here, and in between we'll have a name of the start procedure, which is, let me refresh this, which is your sp underscore manage semester. con. Let us say, so do not forget to specify the command type for stop procedure, otherwise you will get an error. You need to have a semester ID. Semester program. Let me see what we have in the program section. That's a program name. It's a program name. And we have now semester. I made a mistake here, everyone. So this has to be at the rate here. And at the rate semester. Semester. Obviously, we need to have one more parameter, that is mode. Mode is done. Once this is done, let me confirm with my install procedure. So that's it. Semester, program name, and mode. Okay. So now let us open the connection, execute this query. And let me close the connection. And once the connection is closed, I can check if result is greater than 0, then we will just set r is equals to true, that means value is set. Else r is equals to false, that means value is not set. Let's finish this insert operation. Now let us go and retrieve all the value. Get all semester. I can have data table. dt equals to new data table. Return dt. So that in between, let's have a try catch. And finally, connection has to be closed. Just before this one, I need to close the connection. The connection closed finally, and now here we can retrieve all the logic. You can say this is very common in all. This is very common. We are repeating the same thing. Only the table name is changed. Later on, you can even generalize this concept. We can open the connection now, and we can just do SQL data reader. We are equal to send the data execute reader. We can load. It has to be closed now. And we are done with this retrieving all the semesters as well. Now let us go to the semester form and create the object of the semester. Data access layer dot semester class sc equals to new data access layer the semester class, and now on button click we want to make some insert operation, so we just can do it very easily now. Ex so that's all done, and you can just check bool rs equals to semester class sc dot manage semesters, and we need to provide all the semesters. Let me create one variable here, semester id. Semester id initially equal to 0. Let me have this here. Semester id, whatever the value you provide does make most difference, either you write 0 or you write 1 or 2, it really doesn't matter. So semester ID and the program name is txt. Okay, program name is cmd program name dot text. and then semester is txt semester dot text, and mode is one for making an insert operation. And I can check if rs double equals to true, then obviously you'll be able to save all the values. I can just write okay, bgb semester dot data source will be equal to now let's say dot get all semesters, and also you can either you can display a message here, so that will be a better idea. Semester successfully created. Otherwise, you are going to throw error message. It's going to do error in performing the required operation. Whatever the message you want, you can display it for unit. And I'm done with this, but I want to display all the semester on the form node. So let me copy this code and let me go to the constructor. Let me paste that here. Let me set this work. And again let me go to the update part and delete part. Okay, let me run this first and let me check if there is any issue. If there is any issue, we'll fix it now, and otherwise we'll continue. So admin and login. Let's go to the semester part and let me start computing. Semester name will be first. Let me click add and all done. It's there. Let me click second, add, done, add, done, fourth, done, fifth, although we don't have it, but let's have it, sixth, done. Similarly, you can choose other program and you can add the semesters here for all other program. So later on I'll tell you how to make a better visualization of this data. But let's now make it simple. So we're able to make an insert operation. Now let us go for delete and update and delete operations as well. So let me go to the designer part. Let me click on this cell click event. Let's have semester ID as usual. It is the parts. Let me copy this info now. Let me just wait for the program name. Let's have CMB program. The text should be recorded in this, and this is program name and semicolon at the end. And now we need a semester, so let me select this CMB txt semester dot text should be for week, and that's the semester. All done. Let us check whether we are doing it correct or not. Log in to the systems. Let's go to semester. Let's select anyone, and we are not able to get that onto the text. Okay, we're able to do that. Alright, we got it. Perfect, everybody. We are able to retrieve the value. Now update and delete are as simple as you know. So let me go to view designer. Let me click in this update button. Let me copy this code, and you know what to do. So we'll just repeat it, paste it out here, and the mode will be true for update operation, and created will be changed to updated. Similarly for delete also we'll do the same, copy it out, change the mode to 3, or delete it. All done, everyone. Let's admin, login, and let's go to semesters. Let's choose anyone. Let's create anyone. We take hospitality. Let's say 9th semester. Let me click add. But I want to update this. Let's say I just want to have it first. Same. Let's click add. Sorry. Okay, I just wanted it to have 9. I just want to make it second same. Second same. Let me click update. That's updated. Yeah, that's updated. I want to delete this, so let me delete. That's deleted. I want to delete this, and that's deleted. We are able to make install, update, and delete operation even onto this semesters now, everyone. Now we are left with batch. Under batch, we need to have a program populated here, and once I click on the program, I will have a we'll have to have a start year, start month, end year, and the batch will be automatically created. Okay, the batch has to be automatically created. So I'm not going to do this for today, and I won't be having a class tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and again for the 3 days. So what I expect you from you is, so when you come to the next Sunday, so you must have finished this file on users, teachers, program, and the semester. So whatever I have told you now, you must have completed all this work. And in our next session, we will complete batch, units, students, and the assignments, and all those remaining part we will do in the next week. So is that okay to you all? Abhishek is telling okay. What about others? So you'll have to do this all work. You have a 3 days time, and in between, if you have a problem, you can ping me up for any issues. But I cannot assure you that I can reply instantly. But I can give you some time, and we can connect within that time. Okay. So please, everyone, this is my very humble request to everyone. Please complete this work. We will be having a lot of experience with the real world project if you are able to do this work. You won't be getting this stuff in any YouTube or anywhere, because these are something that are based upon my own personal experience. Okay, so we'll have to practice it out, everyone. We need to practice this. Make sure to complete I'm not telling you to do anything additional, but you have to complete the things that I have taught you till now. Okay, anyone. So we'll take a break. We'll take a leave for today, and I wish you everyone to take care of yourself. Don't go out, and take care of yourself and your family. And I'll see you the next week, everyone. So you can start living for now. And I'll share you the screen video once my class is over.